am delighted to introduce our alumni speaker, Sophie Metcalfe, who will be sharing her insights on what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Sophie graduated from Westminster in 2009 with a BA in journalism. She began her career as a broadcast journalist in radio, working at Stray FM in Yorkshire. In 2016, she left the world of radio to start up a marketing agency specializing in small and micro enterprises. The agency became a six-figure business in its first year. When COVID hit, the business lost key clients and they grappled with their own financial losses. The situation led Sophie to completely reevaluate and reposition, having learned that the small business sector can be volatile and easily spooked. In 2021, she launched Your Marketing Doctor, working with SMEs to help owners completely change their attitude towards marketing and to stop burning money. So yeah, over to you, Sophie.
Brilliant. Thanks so much. That was a lovely introduction. My name's Sophie Metcalfe. Your Marketing Doctor was born out of COVID. This is a new brand that I launched in about October last year, and it's just been going from strength to strength in a really short space of time, and I'm really excited to see where it goes over the next few months. So I'm on LinkedIn. If anybody's on LinkedIn, please do feel free to connect with me, because I do like to put quite a lot of content out there, and usually my sort of theme is very much about helping businesses. So if anybody is thinking about starting a business, you may be on your way to getting those first steps underway, starting your own business. I always like to help people out and pass on a bit of my knowledge and experience. Your Marketing Doctor came from the previous business that I had, which was a marketing agency, and that was called the Sophie Group. So I was one of the founding directors of the Sophie Group. The Sophie Group does still exist very quietly in the background, but we are at the moment phasing it out into new exciting things. One of the things is Your Marketing Doctor. But Your Marketing Doctor is just me. Essentially, I am sort of selling myself as a strategic marketing consultant. Kind of, I'm the product really, and I go out there and I help businesses. I'll go into a little bit more detail about what I do. But in the past as well, alongside the Sophie Group, I've also started 3 other businesses. One was a business network specifically for women, one was a clothing line, and another was a retail scheme for small towns. And those 3 businesses have something in common, and that is that they only lasted about 12 months. That is not a sign of failure at all. One thing you'll learn about me is I'm very much about going with the flow of life and seeing where my career and everything takes me. And when I have an idea, I like to give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, that's absolutely fine. You learn from that, and then you take those lessons forward with you. So what I do is I run something called a marketing clinic. So a business pays me to drop into their business, into their organization, work very closely with their team, and we talk and talk and talk about all their fears and frustrations with the business, and we look at their marketing and we figure out what's going wrong. I tend to work with businesses that have been around for a while, but I do also work with startups as well, so people who are on the very early stages of setting up a business and helping them work out a marketing plan. If you want to start your business, you want to work for yourself at any point in your life, don't rush into it and go out there and get some experience. But I would say that the real world experience that's really worth it is working for a small business or a micro business. So first of all, the competition will probably be a bit lower if you try and find a job with a smaller business. However, keep in mind that if you're wanting to gain that experience to start your own business one day, working with a small business is really worth it, because you'll learn to multitask and you will become multi-skilled. Because when you work with a small business, generally what happens is that you are given lots of different bits of responsibility. So you may have been employed into one role. However, you have to be a chameleon, because generally resources are a bit more scarce. So you're asked to do and take on a lot more responsibility. Secondly, you also learn to deal with customers and suppliers face to face. And I think that is absolutely crucial. You have to learn to deal with humans and speak to humans face to face. I think that is a really big skill that takes quite a long time to hone. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but talking to people, selling to people, dealing with customers face to face, even on the phone, picking up the phone and dialing a number is actually quite scary when you're embarking on the early days of your career. So I do think that working for a smaller business gives you that opportunity to kind of hone those skills. Yeah, I've been there. I've got loads of ideas. I'm starting with 2 this year. Again, don't rush it, and actually pick one that you are in the best position right now to be able to try. So think about all your ideas, think about how you're going to sell those ideas. I don't know if this is ideas for products, services, or just generally an idea for a business. But what I would say is think about where you are right now and what resources you have available, what skills you have to be able to take it to fruition. So if you've got a really elaborate idea, but you don't quite have the skills yet, but you know that at some point that's going to be really good and that's going to be a really lucrative idea, perhaps put that on the back burner until you've got the right experience and resources in place. So start with something that's easy. research. Depends what the product is. You have to marry up exactly what your product is to then think about exactly the buyer persona. So thinking about your customer and putting your customer as what we call the hero. There's a 7-step storytelling framework that we use in a lot of our marketing clinics. So if you've ever come across somebody called Donald Miller, he's an American business guru type person who does loads of workshops, and there's a few videos of him on YouTube, and he nails down how to sell to your exact customer. So you define your customer. They are the hero, but they have a problem. You are the guide. So this is the storytelling framework. You then work towards the ultimate goal, so the happy ending. So have a look at Donald Miller and how he defines the customer, and then how you think about your customer and how you can solve your customer's problems. So that's one way of looking at it. I think that's probably a nice easy one for you to go and have a look on YouTube and to start thinking about that. But again, I run like day-long clinics purely on defining the customer and how to sell to them. So going to find your customers comes under that banner, really.